Hey guys, welcome back to Most of Biology.
So guys, in today's video, we are going to cover the rest of the portion of plant growth, right? So in the previous video, we actually started off with chapter 15 and we covered some of the characteristic features of growth, right? Like we covered that growth is measurable. There are various criteria through which we can measure growth in plant. And also we covered that plant growth is indeterminate. They grow throughout their life. Then we covered various phases of growth as well. So in today's video, we are going to cover some more points of plant growth. Now guys, before I start off, if you are new to the channel and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Remember, you have to subscribe and press the bell icon to get all the notifications. And guys, if you want to give any feedback, please do not hesitate. Please give your feedback on the videos through your comments. And yes, if you are able to understand my videos, please do like it and share it with all your friends. So guys, let's start off with the next point of plant growth, which is growth rate, right? So we'll understand what exactly is growth rate. Now, basically, growth rate is nothing but the increased growth. Remember, it is what? It is the increased growth, the increase in growth per unit time. So, in how much time, what exactly was the increase in growth is known as the growth rate, right? So, basically, rate of growth, this can be expressed mathematically as well, remember, right? Now, any organism, say an organism or a part of an organism, can produce more cells in a variety of ways. We already understand that, right? Now, the growth rate shows increase that may be arithmetic or geometric. So, we understand both type of growth rates, arithmetic and geometrical growth rate. Okay, now let's understand what is arithmetic growth rate first. So, basically, in arithmetic growth, after the mitotic cell division, following the mitotic cell division, one daughter cell continues to divide while the other differentiates and matures. So I'll show you. Say there is a cell, this divided into two cells by mitosis, right? So we have two cells now. Now in arithmetic growth, what they're saying is that after this division, right? One daughter cell. Say these both are daughter cells, right? Now one of this daughter cell will continue to divide. So one of the daughter cell will again divide into two through mitosis, and this will go on. The other one, what happens to that? This one will mature and differentiate. Okay. Now the simplest expression that we can think of for arithmetic growth is basically the example is root elongating at a constant rate, right? So here, if you see, basically in arithmetic, what is happening? There are two cells, right? This is one, this is two. You can see a division here. Now one cell will just differentiate and mature. The other cell will keep on dividing. So this cell divided into two. Now out of this, one cell will be a mature cell and will differentiate. The other cell will keep on dividing. Again, out of these two, one will mature, two will divide. The other one will divide into two. Again, this is a mature cell. Again, this is a mature cell. This will divide into two, right? So one cell, remember, is going to divide further and it will continue to divide. The other cell will differentiate and it will serve as a mature cell, right? If we plot the length of the organ, right, against time, we get a linear curve. I'll show you the curve. Basically, I'll show you the graph as well. So we say that in arithmetic growth, we get a linear graph, right, or linear curve. So mathematically, how we express it? We express it as length, say at time t, is equal to length at time 0, right? Length at time 0 plus R and T. Now T is time and R is considered as the growth rate, which is elongation per unit time here, right? So you can call it growth rate or elongation per unit time, right? This is what happens in geometrical growth. Now let's see what happens in arithmetic growth. Sorry, this is what happens in arithmetic growth. Now let's see what happens in geometrical growth. So in geometrical growth, the initial growth is slow. We say that the initial growth is so slow, which is known as lag phase. So slow growth is lag phase. Okay. Then it rapidly increases at exponential rate. So the exponential one. After that, it increases rapidly at exponential rate. This is known as log phase or exponential phase. Okay, so here what is happening is both the progeny cells, both the daughter cells. So what is happening here? Basically, say there is one cell, this divided into two daughter cells by mitosis again. These are the daughter cells, right? So here both the progeny cells following the mitotic cell division retain the ability to divide and continue to do so. But because of limited nutrient supply, so say the nutrient present here is limited. Limited nutrient supply. Because of limited nutrient supply, the growth slows down, leading to a stationary phase, right? So if we plot a graph for exponential growth, it will be an S curve, right? It will be an S shaped. It will be a S shaped graph. This is time. This is the size or weight of the particular organ that we are talking about, right? This is the lag phase. The starting phase is the lag phase. Then we see an exponential phase, an exponential growth. And then comes the stationary phase. Then it is stationary, right? This is also known as a sigmoid curve or S curve, right? So basically a sigmoid or S curve is a characteristic of living organism which is growing in a natural environment, right? Because at some point of time the nutrient available is going to be limited, or at all times we can say the nutrient available is limited. Now what is the exponential growth looks like, right? So we can express it as again W1, which is the final size, the final weight, height, number, and everything, right? Which is equal to W0, the basically size at the initial phase, at the beginning of the period, the size, right? This initial size. And then it is exponential. So basically base of all the natural logs to the power growth rate and time of growth. So again, R is growth rate and T is time of growth. So here you see how it can be expressed, right? Now always remember R is the relative growth and it is also the measure of ability of plants to produce new plant material. And this is referred as the efficiency index. It is also known as the efficiency index, right? So here the final size is W1 and it will always depend on the initial size, right? So if I compare a leaf size which has grown from here to here, right? So you can calculate this, right? Now quantitative, if we do a quantitative comparison between growth of living systems can be made in two ways basically, right? Remember, it can be made in two ways. Now what are these ways? Let's see that as well. So we can say that measurement and comparison. Remember, guys, measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time. So we can measure and compare the total growth per unit time, right? And this is known as the absolute growth rate. So we can basically compare growth between, comparison between growth of living systems can be made on absolute growth rate, which is measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time. The other thing is growth of the given system per unit time, which is expressed on a common basis, right? This is known as relative growth rate, right? Now, say example, per unit initial parameter is known as, basically, this is initial growth rate. Now, say, as I gave the example, say there are two leaves. There are two leaves, A and B, right? These are of different sizes, but shows absolute increase in area, right? So in the given time that we give these leaves to grow, they show absolute growth. Say at a given time, this leaf grew to A1 or A dash, and this leaf grew to B dash. Okay, so what is happening is if we see the absolute increase, right? Absolute increase of A dash and B dash, right? B dash is still larger, the larger one. But if we see the relative growth rate, the leaf A is showing a higher growth rate, right? A relatively higher growth rate. So basically, we can measure it in two ways. Either it can be absolute or it can be relative. Now let's see what is the next point. The next point is condition for growth. It is condition for growth. So basically plant growth and development, right? They all are linked to various conditions. Now this list may be presence of water, right? So one of the condition may be water availability or presence of water. It can be what is the amount of oxygen which is available. What are the nutrients which are available in the medium, surrounding medium. So basically water, oxygen and nutrients are very essential for growth. Similar way, plant cells grow in size by cell enlargement, right? So basically this re requires a lot of water, right? So turgidity of cell explain helps in extension of growth, and there also water is required. Similar way, water also provides medium for enzymatic activity, so water is required, right? Oxygen helps in releasing the metabolic energy essential for growth activities, so oxygen is required. Nutrients, macro as well as micronutrients, both, right? So it can be macro essential elements or micro essential elements, right? Both are required by plants for synthesis of protoplasm, and these also act as source of energy. So again, these are required. So these three are very important. Apart from that, optimum temperature, right? So there should be a range. There is a range of optimum temperature for each and every plant. So that is that range, that particular optimum temperature range is basically best suited for that plant's growth. So that is also required, right? Now any deviation from this optimum range could be maybe detrimental to its survival, so it will not grow. Or light, light is required for growth, right? Or say even the gravity. In case of plants, even gravity also affects certain phases or stages of growth, right? So all of these conditions are very, very important for plant growth. Guys, with this, we have finished plant growth, right? All the conditions. In the next video, we are going to understand de-differentiation, right? Differentiation, redifferentiation, and we'll start off with development. I hope you would have understood this video properly. If yes, please do like it and share it with all your friends. And guys, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to it and press the bell icon to get all the updates. And yes, if you have any doubt in regards to this topic, please do not hesitate. Please ask your doubts in the comment section of the video. Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.